Hello, welcome back. So today I thought I would do my top 5 of 2020. Um and it is a VR, I assume, to Simon over at the Hermit's Cave. And Simon, if you didn't create the hashtag, then I guess thanks for doing it so that I saw it too. But he is where I saw it. I think obviously lots of people on YouTube are doing like, year end wrap ups and that kind of thing. And at first I thought, I don't know if I really want to do a top 5 because like I don't really get a lot of I don't really buy a lot of like the current decks that are coming out and are popular. Um, but I thought I work with those. Like I don't work with all of my like out of print, hard to find decks very often. Like the decks that I use day to day are decks that are still in print and are, indie and yeah. So rather than doing a top 20 decks that came out in 2020, I'm gonna give you the Moon Baby spin, which is gonna be the top 5 decks that I actually worked with throughout the year. So I have the Intuitive Night Goddess. Again, my very favorite backs ever. And I did put them in order. I put the decks in order for this video. So this was a Kickstarter. You still can get the deck, I'm pretty sure. It has gold gilding. And it just is like, it's just beautiful. Like, the collage work is beautiful. The art that they used to do the collage is beautiful. It's just a really lovely deck. And of all of these that I'm going to show you today, this is probably the one that I've used the least, honestly, because it is the newest of the 5 to me. So that is number 5, the Intuitive Night Goddess. The next deck is the CS Tarot by Conrad Stain. Oh, I lied. I didn't put this one in order. Oh well. This is the original back. Melissa Zupan, lovely friend. She couldn't believe that I didn't have this deck. And she had an extra copy of it because I believe it is, let me not speak for her, but it's in her top 2, I believe, favorite RWS decks. So she sent it to me and I have really enjoyed it. I really like the palette. I really like the border color. I really like the way that Conrad has added the like texture into the background. Like, that's just such a cool death card. So that is number 2. No, it's not. It's number 4. Number 3 is the Apparition Tarot deck by Spirit Speak. And this deck, wow, I didn't put it in order either. Oh well. There are the backs, there are the sides. I haven't seen a lot of people talking about this deck. And I guess it's not really everyone's taste, but I absolutely love it. And I used it a lot before I got my number 2 and number 1 decks. But I think I will always love this deck. And I'll always love using it. And I really like how free it lets me be with my reading, because like it gives you enough in the card to be able to like think about what the actual meaning is, but also enough room for interpretation for you to like use your intuition well. So that is number 3, the Apparition Tarot by Spirit Speak. And my number 2 is the Lion's Gateway. I'm really proud of myself. I think you can get all of these decks still. And this one is gold gilded. This is the first edition. I believe you can still get the first edition, and she now has a second edition that has different backs. It's not gilded, and I think it's standard tarot size. This deck is bigger. It's more oracle sized, I'd say. But this is still one of my favorite decks ever. I absolutely love the way that it was colored. I love the way that you can tell that it was carved. The color, did I mention the color? I feel like I did, but it's so important to me. It's just like so fun, and it doesn't look like, it reminds me of like a storybook, and it doesn't look dated to me, like in any way. Like it doesn't look, I feel like I can't nail it down to one particular like time period that it's set in, and I love that about it. It's just like everything about it is so good to me. It's just so good. So that is my number 2. It's the Lion's Gateway. You can get it on Etsy, I believe. And my number one most used deck of 2020 is the Solara Akulto Tarot by Pranic Forest, I believe is the name of it. So long story short, the first edition, I pre-ordered it. I really love the art. It's fantastic. This is the second edition. The creator sent it to me because the first edition's like cardstock and production was kind of disappointing, and I think they recognized that. And so they sent, I think most people that had the first edition got sent a second edition. So this is the second edition. I don't actually use this one. The first one stays in my glove box, and I pull a card from it every single day. So I truly do use this deck every single day. And it's a little different than the other one. The first edition has black backs, it's gilded, and the borders are this mustard color. And they've opted to change out the border and add this gold around the side. It also, the other one is matte, so it's a little easier to let you see without that ring light showing up. But this deck surprised me so much. I truly thought, like, originally I pre-ordered it because I was like, oh, I love the art. Like, the art is so cool. But I wasn't sure if I would read with it much. Sorry, my phone rang. And now I don't know where I was. I think I was saying this is the deck that I absolutely use every single day. And it surprised me, and I love it. It is my number one of 2020, and a favorite now, probably of all time. Not, oh no, too late, I already said it, but I meant like one of my favorites of all time, not my actual favorite of all time, because I can't pick an all-time single deck forever. And this is my channel, so I don't have to. Anyway, check it out. I believe you can see it in its entirety on the creator's Instagram, and I think the Instagram is Pranic Forest. I'll put links to the decks in the description, and in the meantime, here are my top 5. I'll give you a little recap. God, I mean, if it's not one thing, it's another. So, and now you can hear my dog running around. I mean, it's just like destiny for me not to get through this. So my number 5 deck of 2020 is the Intuitive Night Goddess. My number 4 is the CS Tarot by Conrad Stain. My number 3 is the Apparition by Spirit Speak. My number 2 is the Lion's Gateway. And my number 1 of 2020 is the Solara Akulto Tarot by Pranic Forest. And if you have made it through this entire video and all of the various disturbances, I appreciate it and I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, thanks for stopping by. See you soon.